Hello everyone, it's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. Today is August 10th. It is 4 o'clock on the dot. Let me make sure I'm on the right page, do all the technical stuff, and that you guys can see me okay. I'm in the right spot. Let me turn on live comments, mute myself, and that you can hear me okay. I hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend. I have. I was laying out in the pool with my mom this morning, and I really realized how much of a solar powered woman I am. I need the sun. I'm a very sad person without the sun and the water and I needed it. So yesterday we were out in the pool laying out, and we had cloud cover, and then finally, right as we were fixing to get out, the sun came out, so we decided to stay in the pool. So we got some extra pool time in this weekend, and I'm very thankful. I needed it. So it's been a great weekend. I've had plenty of pool time, plenty of sun time. I've been in my craft room working. Yesterday I put together Saturday's scrapbooking and card classes. So I'm almost done with it. But this is the cute card that we are making today. It is a little, my mind just went blank, a wiper card. And I just had to do it with this little saying popping in to say hello, pop. So if you guys are live and you're scrolling through Facebook world, stop by, make sure you say hi so that I know you're here. If you're catching me later, just type in replay and I'll know that you stopped by and watched. So let me put this to the side real quick, and I just want to go over just a few housekeeping things. Hey Mom, how are you? So Stampin' Up! Offers 3 levels of creativity. We have something for everyone. We've got step-by-step instruction kits. Here are the 2 kits that we offer. These are the card ones. Now we do offer kits in scrapbooking as well. The brown ones are the ones that you can go to and look at everything that's in them at stampinup.com. The pretty Poppy Parade, these are the paper pumpkin, and this is a monthly subscription class. So these are great for beginners or just to get the mojo going. Here's a pop-up pals one that I recently put together. These little characters pop up at you. Let's see, and all the kits are different. Here's a little cat and dog. I think this kit, this kit only came with 4 cards, but it was only like $10. So, really inexpensive, but I loved the pop-up. Now, I will have to say, this one was a little bit harder to put together than most of our kits, just because you really have to know where to adhere everything and bend everything for the pop-ups to work. And then this paper pumpkin, this was June's, full of charm. Again, these are our monthly subscription ones in these boxes. And if you're ever interested, let me know. Here was one of the cards. Here's one of the cards. Most of our card kit comes with 3 different cards, 3 of each. So there's 9 cards total, but not all the kits come that way. Sometimes we'll have a decor kit, like the little haunted house one that we had last year. So we have our step-by-step instruction kits for beginners, or I'm advanced and I love our kits. So don't just think that you're beginner. I get together with the girls every month and we meet at a place, a little eatery place that we have here, and we put together our paper pumpkins, so it's fun. Then we have our quick and easy options, which is the mix and match section. You can get some envelopes, some ephemera packs, and they all coordinate and go together and play nice with each other, so you can just pick this and pick that and pick that, and you're still being creative. You're coming up with your card, but just with very minimal supplies. And then we have the Creativity Your Way, Anything Goes, which is most of our catalog. Speaking of the kits, the paper pumpkin kit, yes Mom, so cute, I agree. I want to get another one of those pop-up ones to sell at the craft show. So the paper pumpkin kit, the one that was in this box right here, the Farmhouse Florals is the next one, and you have to be subscribed by today, August 10th, to get it. This will have an extra stamp set in it, so it'll come with 2 stamp sets. And I've seen some, these are always a surprise to us. We never quite know. It's almost like getting a Christmas gift every month in the mail. We can only see sneak peeks, so this is our sneak peek. And then there was also a little sneak peek, I think I shared with you guys a couple weeks back, with a typewriter and some flowers coming out of the typewriter. So very farmhouse, chic, floral. It's going to be cute. But again, make sure you're subscribed by today. Starting tomorrow, we will have the Fall for Toil. And this is going to be a very cute fall set. It coordinates with a stamp and die set that's in our mini catalog. We got to look at our mini catalog this past Tuesday. Oh, there are so many great things in it. There's a box on its way to my house. I didn't get everything at first. I had to limit myself and put myself on a budget, of course, but when I get it, I will show you the few things that I got, and then I'll be getting things, you know, as we move through the holiday season. But lots of cute stuff, and you guys will get to order from it in September. If you want early access, reach out to me and ask me about being a demonstrator. We get access to it earlier, about a month before, so that we can get the stuff in our hands, try it out. We also get a discount, which is the whole reason why I signed up for it, not to do it as a business, but just as a demonstrator, to get the discount. So it does have some coordinating dies. This goes with last month, this month, and next month. So some cute stuff there. So don't forget about the coordinating dies if you do end up getting it. Here's our current annual catalog. We've got some great stuff in here, but I will be honest with you, StampinUp.com is the best place to be shopping from. It has all of our last chance products, which are our discounted products. Every 2 months they go in and they update this, so something might be one price, and then a couple months later, if we didn't sell enough of it, they might discount it even more. This is where all of our kits are going to be at. And if you haven't heard me say it enough, our online exclusives. Guys, I have been loving our online exclusives. That is what the Poppin' Up or Poppin' Buy is. It's an online exclusive. So these are items that they come out with during the year that don't make it into our catalog. And they are so cute. Most of what I use are online. I hate to say that. Our catalog's great, but again, this is a cute little wiper card. It works like this. And I just had to do the wiper card because it says Poppin' in to say hello. So, pop. And I put little googly eyes on him. He's just too cute. So, this says Poppin' in to say hello. No one's better than you. Enjoy, pop. Cute little popcorn kernels. This cute little popcorn basket. It has some cute dies. I don't have all the dies in here because I've been playing with them. Of course, there's some kernel dies. Most of the stamps and the dies we are going to be using today. So get ready. I've tried to pre-do some stuff, but we're not going to do a lot of talking. We're going to get to crafting. One last thing, I just want to remind you guys, we are doing a craft show November 8th from 9 to 3 at Church of the Servant. This is off of MacArthur, in between Memorial and 33rd. This is their 30th year. So this craft show has been going on for a long time. They've got a lot of great goodies. It brings in a lot of people. I am looking for another craft show to do either October, November, or December. So if you guys have ideas, know of any, please let me know. We are on the lookout for it. My husband does woodworking, so he has some stuff that he puts in there. Some beautiful flags and chairs. Okay, before we get started, I want to share with you guys this great 6x6 pack of paper. If you guys have missed it, don't. This is called the Boho Vibes, and there are 48 pieces. All of our 6x6 come in 48 pieces. Some of them have 8 designs, which this one does, so there's 6 pieces of each design. Some of them have 12 designs, so there's only 4 pieces. So depending on how many different designs are in it, depends on how many pieces of each design you get. Hopefully that makes sense. This is a great pack of paper. I'm going to show it to you real quick before we get started. This was the paper pack that I used. So here is the front and the back. The front, when I saw this piece of paper, it screamed popcorn to me. There's the back. Here is the front and the back. A lot of these are the in colors. So Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. There's the front and the back. The front and the back. These colors play so nicely with each other. Sometimes our in colors, 3 will go great together and then 2 will go great together, but this time they really all seem to coordinate and play well with each other. Last piece. I overlooked it in the catalog when I was looking through it, so that's why I'm saying if you've overlooked it, go back. It's great. Okay. I am going to pull over my tray. You guys are going to be like, what in the world? You know, I have these little trays that I use, and it keeps all my stuff together. Look at this. This is all the supplies that we're using today. Stamps. Here's the dies. See, there's some cute little shoes, some sunglasses or 3D glasses, this little film strip. Of course, those cut out the kernels, the little popcorn box guy. So, lots to do in today's video. Hopefully you will keep with me. Okay, so our base piece is going to be cloud cover. And I'm going to get my trimmer out. This card is different than our normal A2 size card. It fits in an A2 envelope, but it is different. So, the card base, we need 2 pieces of 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is an 8 1/2 piece of paper, so I'm just going to cut off an inch to make it 7 1/2. So there's my 7 1/2, and then I need 2 4 1/4. So 4 1/4. Usually we get 2 cards out of a card base, out of an 8.5 by 11. This one you will use pretty much all of the card base. Okay. Here's our 2 pieces. Now each of these pieces we are going to score, not cut. So let me move my cutter out of the way. These are going to be, let's see, can I remember? 1 and 2. So we're going to score it at 1 and 2. Pull in our other piece, score at 1 and at 2. Now while I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and cut our piece of designer series paper from that paper pack, and this needs to be let's see, I need 4 and let's go 4 by 5 1/4, and I can tell that I just cut this. It doesn't really matter, but this is going to be a little bit different because I cut it sideways. So this is going to go this way where this one went up and down like that. So be mindful on how you're cutting your paper. And then we need 2 pieces for this right here. And those measure 3/4 by 4. So I'm going to go, this is probably already 4. Yep, nope. Okay, so let's go 4, and then we'll go 3/4. Since I did the other one the wrong direction, I'm going to make these go the other direction as well. So there's 1 and there's 2. We can put away, actually, let's see, I do need, do I already have this cut? Let me make sure. 4 by 5 1/4. So is that 4? Yes. 5 1/4. Nope. So let me, and this is just the back piece of paper. If you want to put your message on, let me show that to you real quick. No one's better than you. Okay, move our trimmer out of the way. Let's bring in our 2 pieces that we're going to score and burnish. Trying to find my bone folder. Okay, so the 1 inch is a valley fold, so you're going to fold it down, and then your 2 inch is a mountain. So you're going to have your mountain and then your valley. This card is very easy and very simple to put together. I've just added, you're going to do the same thing to this one. So you're going to go valley on the 1 inch and a mountain fold on your 2 inch. And the way this is going to go together is like this. Or actually, we're going to put our wiper mechanism right here, so you're going to have it this way. So you're going to have this part folded out. We're going to put these to the side because where a lot of this work is, actually go ahead, let's take our adhesive, let's pop this on the front. We'll go ahead and get this part out of the way. So let me bring that front piece back in. We're just going to put this in the middle, an equal size border all the way around. Again, it's homemade. It doesn't have to be perfect. Put some adhesive on our little pieces right here. Like I was saying though, a very easy card. The reason why it just takes so long is because there's so many little pieces to this Poppin by Stampin' die set. Again, we're going to try to get this all lined up in the center, leaving an equal size border all the way around. We're going to pop this one right here. Okay, I love a good pun, so anytime there's a punny stamp set, I'm all about it. All right, guys, I'm going to pull this back in here so that we can kind of look at it and see what we're doing. This red part is actually a tag or a punch. It's this right here. I cannot remember the name of that. Decorative punch maybe or something. It's in our current catalog. I haven't used it a whole lot, but I'm going to take a 1 5/16 by 4th by 4 inches piece of real red, and I'm going to show you a little cheat to this. This is not a very big punch, so if you want to make it longer, if you slide, instead of sliding it all the way in and punching it like this, you know, just sticking it in there and punching it like that to where it's only that big. If you take it in from this side and put it right here, you can get a punch on that side and then take it and do the same thing, slide it in, line it up, kind of make sure there's equal sides, and now you've got a longer punch. So you can tell I just took off just a little bit off of each side. That's going to be our base piece. And then we're going to take this, there's a lot of die cutting, which I've pre-done most of the die cutting pieces. I've got them all right here in this little cup so I don't lose them. Things get kind of crazy in my office and things start disappearing because my desk gets covered. So I'm going to cut the, I'm going to pull in my big shot. So this is going to go to the side for a second because I'm going to pull in the Mamba Jumbo. And I'm going to grab my little film strip die, this right here. And you're going to need 4 of these. I've already done 3 of them. Let me grab my little piece of black paper that I already have measured. You're going to need 4 pieces of 1 by 1.5. And you're going to take your film strip die. This actually is making 2 different things. It's not only making your film strip die or your film strip die cut, but it's also making this little, reminds me of the old little photo, the ones that you shake, the little, when you take a photo, Polaroid, that's the word I'm looking for. You're going to want to put this kind of up towards the top, center it in there, leaving an equal size border all the way around. And you're going to put this on Pray that it didn't move. I don't think it did. Move your die so you don't lose it. Take your little pokey tool. So see, we have this little piece. We want to save this. Don't throw that away. And then we've got our little film strip die. You could also save this to Versamark the word pop on, but I cut smaller pieces. I didn't like the big size of that, but you could use that if you wanted. And then we're going to make sure that we poke out all of our little film strip dots. Okay, so we've got 4 of these. And then what we want to do is grab a piece of scratch. I have a whole, if you guys haven't been around with me for very long, scratch paper that I've cut up and die cut out of and used, I put in these little page protector baggies. I have one for each color, because that way when I need something small, I can just go to this and grab from that scratch or scrap and not waste another full piece of basic white or real red or whatever you need. So we're gonna do some stamping. Let me grab my stamps. These are the popcorn kernel dies. And we're gonna use Daffodil Delight. And I'm also gonna grab my real red and we're gonna do this popcorn guy. Okay, so let's go with the kernels first. I just love these guys. They're so happy. It almost reminds me of the Pac-Man ghost. I loved the video game, Miss Pac-Man. We have this, where we lived, we had this little convenience store, and in the back was a room that you could sit and eat at because they sold pizza and subs and all sorts of things. And they had this video game back there. I would spend hours. Before I put my Daffodil Delight away, I'm going to bring in another scratch. I could probably put it up there, but he fits on here perfectly. And I'm going to use this popcorn guy. But it reminds me of the ghost on Miss Pac-Man. Okay. I'm going to put my Daffodil Delight away. I am going to clean off the Daffodil Delight from this. This is my little chamois. We sell these, so I've just got it in a case. It keeps it nice and moist, so you're not having to put water on it all the time. And I'm going to go ahead and take my real red, and I'm going to stamp him again. Oh, I forgot to do something. I already messed up. I'll have to show you guys. Okay. Okay, oh, that was bad. Okay, let me grab another piece of paper. That didn't stamp very well. I think there's a seam, yeah. Okay. Much better. I'm going to clean him off again because I made an oopsie. I'm backtracking real quick. Make sure I get all that real red off before I stamp him again in the yellow. I forgot to make sure you have a Q-tip on hand because we need his feet to be black. Shauna, how do you do that? Well, you take him and you put him in the Daffodil Delight. He's a boy, by the way. I don't know why, but. And then you take your little Q-tip and you take off the Daffodil Delight from his feet. And then if you guys don't know anything about our Stampin' Right markers, these are not our blends, these are the Stampin' Right. They are great for the red rubber cling stamps because you can take this with your marker huff on it, and then when you stamp it, he's got black feet. I forgot to do that on that one. Our guy can't have yellow feet. I mean, I guess he could, but he could be wearing socks, right? So again, I'm going to take my stamp cleaner and I'm just going to clean this off before I make too big of a mess out of it. I think that's all. Clean these off while I have this out. This is a very easy way to clean your stamps. We used to have a Stampin' Scrub. If a lot of you guys have been around for a long time, and that's great too. I still have mine. This is much easier to rinse out and wash when it gets dirty. Okay, so let's bring back in our die cut machine. And we're going to cut our little kernels. I'm going to grab some, woo, I got things falling. Grab some Post-it notes here. I don't know what all fell down, all these tags. So I'm going to take these dies and let's see, which one does he line up with? I think this one, nope. How about this one? This is the one he lines up with. I'm gonna take my little Post-it note and put him here to make sure he does not move. I'm gonna grab this one. He lines up with this one. And you could cut these out one by one and not have to worry about them moving on you, but just as a extra precaution, we're going to use Post-it notes. And the last one, let's line him up. I have a little magnetic pad underneath this, so the magnets kind of move when you have that. It's great for holding them down, but they do kind of move. So we'll make sure we're all good. And we're gonna place our top thing and roll it through our top little plate. I'm running out of room on my desk already. Take these little guys out. And you can reuse those little Post-it notes over and over and over. I just kind of pop them over to the side. So there are our 3 popcorn kernels. And we need glasses for each of them. I already have a red one and a black one cut out. So now I'm going to do a cloud cover. So let me grab a little scratch piece of cloud cover. I did have shoes on mine, and I didn't like it because it was too bulky for the wiper mechanism. So I decided to forego the little black tennis shoes. But if you wanted to, if you were just putting him on a card front, the shoes are definitely cute, and I can show those to you. I'm sure I have. They're here somewhere, I'm sure. Okay, and then let me grab our little popcorn guy. And I have to do this one by one because there's only one die. So line him up. And again, I'm just gonna reach over here and grab one of these Post-it notes just to put on here to make sure, there's my sticky part, that he doesn't move on me. I hate it when I stamp something and then put the die on it to cut it out, and then it shifts and it's all callywonkered. It's not straight. So there's that one. And then let me grab this one, and I'll show you a little trick to this popcorn guy. Oh, he kind of moved. This magnet on the bottom kind of grabs them and moves them. It's almost like when you have two magnets close together. Oh man, that was my fault. Third time's a charm, right? Okay, trying not to put my head in the camera. I think we're good there. I pre-prepped a whole bunch of these die cuts because I didn't want you guys sitting here watching me die cutting all day long. I think we're done with the die cuts. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Get all of this off my table. Get room to work. All out of my way. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our little paper snips and we're going to say, I'm sorry to the popcorn guy. I'm so sorry that I'm cutting you. Please forgive me. I always feel so bad when I'm cutting body parts off. I can just hear him in my head. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I don't know if you guys, I haven't been to the movie theaters in a long time, but way back when, you know, when you would go in early and you would get to see all the previews and all the commercials, and they had this little thing where it had a popcorn bucket and the soda drink and the candy, and they all had faces on them and they all talked. It was so cute. Anyway, when I stamp this guy and I cut him, that's what I think of. I think of them and their little voices. Ouch, 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 don't cut me, that hurts. Oh, okay, so that is all we need of him. So, excuse me, I was going to take a drink. Okay, I'm going to put him in my little bucket, and then we're going to come back, and I have these done too, but for my little pop word, I was using a 7 1/8 wide strip at whatever length you want for the 4. I just grabbed a piece of scratch paper, but I'm going to try to, that's got embossing stuff on the back, so I'm going to actually try to erase this little measurement I've got up here and use this side of it just because it's cleaner. If you guys don't have one of these high polymer eraser, the Pintails, you guys are missing out. These erasers are the bomb diggity bomb. I need my Versamark. I need the word pop. I need my embossing powder. My little tweezers. These are the tweezers that are backwards. I can't remember. Inverted tweezers? I don't know. I can't remember what they're called. But you push down on them and they open up. And then when you let go, they're closed. So they can hold on and you don't have to be pushing them. I'm going to take my embossing buddy. We do sell an embossing kit. So if you haven't embossed before, you're missing out. My granddaughter calls this magic. And it is kind of. But this is like a glue pad basically. And I'm going to take this pop. I'm going to blow off that embossing powder. That embossing buddy makes it to where all the static is off your paper. So that way when you go to emboss, it doesn't keep all these little embossing powders everywhere. Take my tweezers. And I'm just going to dip that in. Now you will notice my stamp, the Versamark, caught the top of that. So I'm just going to take a little paintbrush and wipe this away. You want to make sure that all these little pieces of embossing powder are gone. All these little specks. Because if you don't, when you heat gun this, I'm blowing on it to get as much of them off as possible. It is going to catch all of those pieces and then you're going to look like you have a whole bunch of little white splatter paints everywhere. Okay, so again, I'm going to put my tweezers on this. I'm going to put my embossing powder up. And if any of you guys, these are some little hefty containers that snap on the side. I used to heat emboss a lot, and so I would put my powder in this, and I've got some of these little clamps and some little spoons. And if I'm doing a big piece, I will take this, scoop out my embossing powder and put it on there. So these little clamps hold those spoons in very nicely. Okay, I'm going to grab my heat embossing tool. This gets very hot. I'm going to turn it on, let it heat up. It's loud. I know you can barely hear me. Mom. My little popcorn buddy talking to me. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, when I'm in here creating, sometimes the things that run in my head, my little characters create names and they're talking to each other. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it gets real white, bright, like a bright white. See it going? Okay, that's hot. Be careful with it. And then you can bring back in your little trimmer and cut this extra off. I'm just going to take this and pop it up here. Sticking to me. You need 3 of these. I've already done the other 2. As you sit there and say, oh my gosh, thank goodness I don't have to watch that again and again. Put that in my bucket. Now we need a piece of Daffodil Delight. Just a scratch piece. Big enough to put this on here. I'm going to use my black Memento ink if I can find it. Here it is, right here. All of these supplies can be found on the www.stampinup.com website. I'm going to put this on the edge as straight as possible without putting my head in the camera. I have pool hair. I've been out in the pool. I did catch an edge, but that's okay because we're going to cut that off. Bring back in our trimmer. One thing I like about our Stampin' Up! Trimmer is you can see exactly where this is going to cut. So I can make sure that I'm getting the cut in the right spot. Because you know it's going to go in that little groove. So it looks good to me. Pop that in my little bucket. And I think I've used everything out of, well, nope, I lied. I got one more stamp. And this is completely up to you. If you want to do the back, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I really shouldn't have cleaned off these guys, but oh well. And that's why you're so good at being creative. Thanks, Mom. Because the story that's going on in my head, oh Lord help that child. So I just took the ones that have the little, I'm thinking these are little pieces of butter goop that's flying off because they're so excited and they're talking back and forth. Look at me, look at me. And as they're shaking and moving and grooving, that butter's flying off of them. And I'm going to take this No One's Better Than You. That still gives you plenty of room to sign. And like I said, you don't have to. In fact, this card base, this cloud cover is so light. You don't have to put anything on the back if you don't want to. You can just simply write your message right here and be done. So it's whatever works best for you. Okay, put that to the side. And now we can start putting our card together. There are lots of little bits and pieces to this. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's see. Our card is going to go together like this. So I want to make sure when I'm putting my back piece on that I have it faced the right way. We don't need to be putting anything on backwards, upside down, yada yada. Okay, so that's the back. Let's decorate. Okay, so we're going to start with this piece. We're going to put this down in the middle. Try to get it nice and straight. The lines do help when you have the lines this way. Okay, you guys, all the bits and pieces. Yeah. Aren't you glad I die cut all of this? First of all, we're going to take this little red guy and we're going to put him on the yellow guy. We're just going to lay him on top. And I just put just regular adhesive. If you use dimensionals, be careful because your wiper may not, your little mechanism may not wipe back and forth, because there's going to be a dimensional there and space there, and you can catch on it. I'm going to take the Poppin by to say hi, put some adhesive on it. I'm going to fold over this adhesive that's poking out. I kind of got off the... I'm going to come in here and tuck this kind of like up under it. And it's really almost the same measurement, but not quite. So I'm going to center it, push it down. And then let's go with our little, okay, let me grab my little thing Can't think of the name. Words are leaving me. We sell these. And this makes it to where your glue, you're not sticking things down and gluing yourself to your white paper. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue. A little bit goes a long way. You know how much I love this glue. This is the green capped Tombow multi mono liquid glue. This glue is great. It is heavy duty. So I'm gonna kind of find, and if you want to be precise, get out your little ruler. This is about 4, so I'm gonna come in here about the 2 mark and put that one there. And the great part about this is you do have, because it's a liquid glue, if you don't get it on there perfectly straight, you do have some wiggle time, some wiggle room, which is why a lot of people love it. I get it everywhere, so I would much rather use my tape gun. And this is just in a little different glue bottle because it doesn't clog up as easily. That is one bad thing about the this little glue bottle right here. They clog. You have to keep them like this, and then you have to get out the glue boogers, is what we call them. There are 4 of these. Aren't you glad I didn't make you sit here and watch me die cut each piece? You are welcome. One more. The other thing I don't like about this glue is it gets all over my fingers and then everything starts sticking to my fingers. Okay, where's my little needle? Let me grab this so I can put this back in here. Actually, you know what? Let's put on our little sunglasses. Okay, let me turn that back over. Pull that back in the camera. So one of these is the cloud cover, and I've used this guy right here. It doesn't really matter. The glasses go on whoever. See, I already have an eye booger, a glue booger. There it goes. Try to center that over his eyes. This one has the black ones. So like I said, this card is so easy to make. The reason why this one takes so long is because of all of this. It's the decorating part. So don't let that deter you from making one, because the wiper cards are so fun and easy. Okay. Quit moving on me. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these little Polaroids, and we only need 3 of these, but I needed 4 of the film dies. So we're just going to come in here and we're going to take this and we're just going to put them kind of willy-nilly, cockeyed, and before it glues it's too far to itself, we're going to kind of pop these guys in here where they look like they're kind of back behind, peeking out. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So there's one, as I'm sitting here starting to get glue all over my fingers. Here's the other one. We'll do it kind of the other way. And this guy is all the way back here, so let me kind of pull that up, tuck him back in there. Now, if some of this white glue does seep out, it's okay, it dries clear. So the last one, you're welcome, Mom. Let's go like this. And I haven't been putting glue on my guys. That's probably okay. They're probably not gonna pop out. There's so much glue hanging on to them. Okay, I'm gonna put him kind of like, oh, and his glasses moved on me. See, I still have wiggle room. I still can move that around. And that's why people like the glue. Okay, so hold that. In fact, we can even take, if you ever need to move on to something else, you could always take your clear block and put that under there or over it for it. We're going to take our little pop. I do not need my green glue for this, so let me put that up and away. Try to clean off my hands. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I can use my adhesive for this. And then we're just going to come in here and kind of layer this over the top of that bottom piece. Pop, pop, pop. Can't you hear him talking? It's almost like cereal. What's the cereal one that talks to you? Okay. Now let's go ahead and make our little wiper mechanism. So the wiper mechanism is going to be made out of the white paper, and it is 1 wide by 2.5 long. So let me grab it is 1 wide by 2.5 long. So 2.5 is going to be right about there. Flip this over here so that I can get, stuff is in my way. 2.5. Oh, it didn't cut all the way down. There we go. Okay. So then you're going to take this and we're going to make a little bitty dot at 1 inch down. So just 1 inch down. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to put this on my little trimmer. Make a little bitty dot right there with my pencil. And then we're going to go from this corner to this corner. And we're going to line that up in our little tray and we're going to score it. Not cut it, but score it. Oh, whoops. I messed that up. It moved. Let's see if I can salvage it. Okay. And then we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to burnish this. Fold it down real good both ways. Yeah, I can salvage it. Not a problem. Okay. You're going to put glue on this little piece right here. And we want it this way because we're going to put it on this piece of paper. You'll see what I'm saying here in a second. So we're going to take some glue, and you want to use something that's pretty hefty duty because it's going to be getting a workout. So I'm going to use some of our, always want to call this sticky strip because that's the red lined glue, but this is tear and tape. Because you put it on there, you tear it, and then you just pull off that backing whenever you're ready. Now I'm also, let's go ahead and I'm going to wait and put the googly eyes on him. I'm going to go ahead and put some, just a piece, just right in the middle of tear and tape. Push it down, peel this up. And I'm going to try to put him, actually let's put this on here first. Let's see. Actually, let me move that to the side. We need to put together our pieces real quick. And again, I'm going to use the tear and tape for this. So let me make sure that's my back piece. This is my front piece. So I'm going to put some tear and tape here. And the only reason why I'm using the tear and tape, and right here on this one, is because it just holds better, and this is going to get a lot of use. People are going to be playing with it, hopefully. So you want to make sure that you've got something on there that's really nice and strong. Okay, so this, I'm going to go, okay, hold on. Let me get myself together here, make sure I'm up the right way on the back side. So I'm going to take this edge and make that flat, and I'm going to line up the corners. And by using this tear and tape, you get one shot. I'm not going to be able to rip that apart without ripping my paper. So make sure you get it in the right spot. Okay, and then this is just going to come over and actually, let's go this way. Again, corner to corner, and it's going to line up. And it just folds flat. I mean, So we're going to come in here with our bone folder again and reinforce those folds. And now we're going to take our little windshield wiper guy and we're going to try to put him down as far and over to the right as possible. So I'm going to say right there is probably about as good as I can get. And you'll see why here in a second. I am going to take off that adhesive right there so that it doesn't catch on anything. If you guys have a adhesive eraser, every crafter needs one of these. These things work great. It's just like a gum eraser. I think I've actually seen those at Dollar Tree, but you can get them at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Okay, so now we can peel this piece off. Where'd my, there it is right there, I threw it. Pull this off. Make sure that you fold back any adhesive that's sticking up, and you're going to put it on this piece right here. And you're just going to tuck it down. I probably should have left more room, but you're probably not going to see his feet. And see, it still kind of sticks up. That's because I didn't go far enough over to the right. That's okay. Whoever gets it will know that there's something, you know, there. And you kind of have to play with it and get it, you know, bent in there. But after you've played with it for a little while, you know, it does. It moves back and forth. Now this part is completely up to you for the googly eyes, or if you wanted to do another popcorn on the back. So you can make him two-sided. I'm not going to sit here and make you guys watch that. You're welcome. But last but not least, I used these champagne iridescent dots. These kind of looked like butter drippings to me, and I just grabbed 5 of them. There's 2 different sizes in here. Actually 3 different sizes, I think. There's really small, and I didn't use any of the small ones. I used 3 big ones and 2 of the medium size. And I just took my wonderful glue that is sticking to me. Everything sticks to me, and I just kind of, that's a lot of glue. I don't need that much glue. I'm going to use my little, let me grab a piece of scratch here. That was way too much glue. I'm going to use my little picker-upper tool. That reminds me of the Bounty commercial. And I'm just going to go in here, and this has a little piece of gummy sticky stuff on the edge. Oh, my fingers are so sticky, guys. Okay. Like I said, this green glue is so sticky. So just let it dry, it will stick. That is not going to go anywhere. I'm going to put one right here. And I think this was a medium size one. And again, if you see a little bit of glue sticking out, it's okay because it's going to dry clear. Here's another big one. And And then we'll come up here and we'll put, actually, will this let me move it still? Nope, it's stuck. And just one up here. And I like these because they kind of pulled in these dots that are on this paper. So I thought butter drippings. Just space them however you want, just around your paper. And guys, that is it, other than these cute little googly eyes. Let me grab my little googly eyes. I just used the teeny tiny ones. I don't know what size those are. They're stuck to each other. Okay. I knew this card was going to take a while. That's why I wanted to pre-prep everything. So thanks for sticking with me for this long. There's one. And a little piece of plastic on that one. There's the other. He's too cute. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. But again, just a quick and easy, what am I caught on? I'm caught on his feet back there. See, the more dimension there is to this, the easier he gets caught on it. So just keep that in mind if you want to put that back piece on there. It's just more that's going to get caught. So, and if you lay it flat like this and you're doing it, sometimes it catches more than if you're upright. But anyway, Rice Krispies. Yes, Mom. Thank you. Oh, the cereal that talks back to you. Rice Krispies. Anyway, that is our cute little Poppin' by wiper card. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, need anything, holler at me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you. So thanks for spending the last little bit of an hour with me, and we'll see you back next weekend. Bye-bye.